I'm announcing the release of my very first book, Wins, Losses, and Lessons, what sports taught me about life. It's about life. It's about sports and the lessons you can learn through sports about life. Available now on Amazon. Link is in the bio. If you would like a signed copy, just hit me up on whatever social platform you see this on. Peace. If you're trying to figure out what matters in the new year, listen. The Jamaal Bethea Show. 7 minutes, one idea. So being as though this is actually episode 50, I think it's a special topic that I'm really going to talk about today. And it's something that, in my opinion, is key. It's one of the very first things you have to do before you really upgrade your life. At the end of the day, me and a lot of other people, we speak about upgrading your life. Well, so today I want to talk about clarity. Clarity is when you see things for what they really are, right? When you talk about seeing things for what they really are, what it means is that ever powerful perception word that I use a lot, right? Your perception lines up one-to-one with the truth. This is very dangerous because if a person gets to a place of actual clarity, then a person can get to a place where they actually know how to move and why to move. And at that point, all it is just on them to move. You know what I mean? Clarity forces you to understand what's true. It brings you out of delusion. So it kind of removes your ability to lie. So the truth of the matter is, if we want to talk about why it seems like people avoid clarity, is because clarity takes away people's ability to lie. You're going to see here in some of these episodes, and even I have another series called Jamaal Reacts. I'm going to do a couple of videos, but sometimes I watch these videos about court hearings and I'm listening to these people who are high in government and, they're in charge of these initiatives and these departments, and they're getting pressed by senators and they're being asked, hey, what about this? You said this, you typed this in your document, your team did this. And to watch these people tap dance around the truth is hilarious. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. That didn't come from me. And it's like, but you're in charge of this group, right? Well, that's the thing. Basically, like that remember that like joking jargon that came out like 10 years ago? It was a joke. It was like, I can neither confirm or deny those allegations at this time. It kind of sound like that. In one video, he asked a lady, can a man get pregnant? She was like, I've worked with people of all identities. That's not what I asked you. And you know the answer to this question. You're dancing around it. Clarity removes your ability to really act like, oh, I just didn't know. I was unaware. Clarity says, no, you knew. So now you're purposely being deceitful. And that's what changes things. Clarity forces you to understand what's real. And once you understand what's real, you can never not understand it. I remember a long time ago, I was reading a book about some conspiracy theories and some knowledge. And it's always easy to write things off as conspiracy or mythology or, myth, right? And my sister's ex-husband, he was like, be careful what you read, because after that, you can't unread it. You can't unread it. Like, once you know, you know. And it's funny because I literally, what I call it, reposted something to my story on Instagram like a day or two ago. And it was like, knowledge isn't a blessing. It's a burden. Because once you know certain things, it's really hard to not be angry at humanity. That is the damn truth. Like, some of the stuff I know, I'm not the smartest guy. I'm a human. I have my own perception and I do what all of us do. I'm human. But the point is, I do know that there's some things I flat out know that other people don't know. And so when I talk to people and they're kind of looking at me like, what is he talking about? Or if I say something that kind of forces them to be accountable, it's like they get uncomfortable around me. You know what I mean? And I'll hear murmurs like, I'm a really dope guy, but I'm pretty sure there's a split opinion of me. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have a split opinion with me. I'm pretty sure some people are like, yo, he dope. And some people are like, him? Really? Because I don't cut any cards. Like, you're not going to sit around me and act like you don't have clarity. I'm going to make you have clarity. If we're going to talk, you're going to acknowledge the truth. But that's hard for people. People like to lie. People like to pussyfoot around and act like, I don't have a clue. I don't know why I can't get better. Comfortability is real. The reason most people aren't successful is because they're comfortable with the bullshit. And they want you to be comfortable with the bullshit. I'm not. I'm not going to sit in this with you like you don't know what's going on, just like I know what's going on. Clarity forces you to say, hey, now that I know what's true, I have to be accountable for what's true. So if I act like I don't know, then I can't really be accountable, can I? Tap dancing. I can't stand the tap dancing. Again, I ain't perfect and I'm not trying to act like I am, but I know my strengths. I'm very intuitive. I'm very intelligent. I sniff things out very easily. And people just look at me and they'll get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I had one lady say to me, I'm a basketball coach. And we were talking about the game and this, that, and the other. And she was like, yeah, you said so and such or so and such. I was at the game. I saw you. And I kindly said, okay, did you speak to me? She was like, no. Everybody in the room was like, oh, shit. And it was funny because literally every time she walked past me after that, she would kind of go, almost like I made her uncomfortable. Clarity. You saw me. Okay, why you didn't speak? Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, look, clarity is always going to be hard for most people. Most people would rather fake and act like they don't get it. Because at the end of the day, it gives them an advantage. It allows them to be the victim. People love to be victims. Why? Because it's comfortable. Growth is hard. Staring in the mirror and being honest about what you're not good at is hard. It's not easy. I have basketball players. Hey, man, I've been telling you for 3 months how to fix your shot. Why won't you do it? Because I'm comfortable, but you're bricking. How are you comfortable failing? I know why they're comfortable failing. Because winning forces you to change your identity. And for right or wrong, we all identify a certain way and we become comfortable with it. But at the end of the day, the only real way to actually glow up the way you want to glow up is to, for real, no BS, gain clarity. I'll see you in the next episode.